Redskins Final 53-man roster projection, who makes the cut? So, we've made it through preseason, thank goodness. Beyond a few tough injuries, my initial roster projections, offense, defense, after week 2 of the preseason is largely intact. I told you so. I will highlight the changes, in bold, that have been made and give a few other notes for each position below. Offense QB 2, Alex Smith, Colt McCoy. If the Redskins were going to keep a third QB because of Colt's injury, it wouldn't be Hogan. He just isn't yet ready to be a backup. RB 4, Adrian Peterson, Rob Kelly, Samaje Perine, Chris Thompson. Samaje holds on to a roster spot just barely better than he holds on to the football. He's on the roster for now, but as soon as Thompson falters on any level, look for either Bibbs to be brought back in or Marshall to be activated off the IR. Kelly is the kind of player you want on your team. He advocated for more special teams reps in OTAs and will do whatever it takes to make this team. He also looked much more effective running behind AFB. WR6, Josh Doctson, Paul Richardson, Jamison Crowder, Trey Quinn, Mo Harris, Brian Quick. Preseason sweetheart Cam Sims finds himself on the outside looking in. Every year, fans fall in love with a WR that has tools but isn't ready yet. See Marco Mitchell. If Harris isn't healthy, Sims is the last guy on, but I think Quick is a lock because of his veteran presence, special teams play, and consistency. Take 4, Jordan Reed, Vernon Davis, Jeremy Sprinkle, JP Holtz. This is an easy group, right? Wrong. Holtz makes the team as he has shown he can be a capable fullback in front of 2 RBs who ran significantly better in 12 personnel this preseason. Gruden is a creative play caller and knows what fits his offense best, so I believe he sees that both Rob Kelly and Adrian Peterson run more effectively with a lead blocker. Plus, Holtz has shown he is athletic enough to get out on a flat route effectively. OL 9, Trent Williams, Sean Lauvell, Chase Rollier, Brandon Scherf, Morgan Moses, Ty Ansika, Garon Christian, Kyle Callis, Tony Bergstrom. No change here. The final roster spot was between Kyle Callis and Tyler Catalina, so now that the wine mixer is out for the season, Callis keeps his job. However, I fully expect that the last OL spot will belong to someone who is not currently on the Redskins roster come week 1 in Arizona. Defense DL 6, Jonathan Allen, Darren Payne, Matt Ioannidis, Anthony Lanier 2, Tim Settle, Ziggy Hood. This assumes Stacey McGee starts out the season on PUP. No change here. As I said 3 weeks ago, no chance Phil Taylor makes this team as a third NT. It was never going to happen. Big Phil is a good guy, but he never had a shot at this roster without an injury. OLB 4, Ryan Kerrigan, Preston Smith, Pernell McPhee, Ryan Anderson. Only change here is Pete Robertson not making the final 53 in favor of a fourth Tay. I don't think the Redskins are thrilled with their talent on the outside, and if a fifth OLB is kept, I think that player comes from the waiver wire. ILB 5, Mason Foster, Zach Brown, Josh Harvey Clemens, Shondion Hamilton, Martrell Spate. Spate makes the huge push to supplant Zach Vigil. At camp, Spate was playing with the third, and sometimes fourth, lines. Perhaps that was a message from the coaches, but Vigil has been less than spectacular and his lack of athleticism has shown up throughout the preseason. Spate's special teams value, hard-hitting style, and the fact that Brown, JHC, and Hamilton are all more finesse ILBs land him the final ILB spot. CB6, Josh Norman, Quentin Dunbar, Fabian Morral, Greg Stroman, Adonis Alexander, Danny Johnson. This assumes Joshua Holsey starts out the season on PUP. Danny Johnson was my last cut after preseason week 2, but after the departure of Orlando Scandrick, Johnson makes this team. Whispers from the park suggest that Danny Johnson might be considered by coaches to be the team's fourth CB who would come in after Moreau and Nickel. Quite a few months for the undrafted rookie. S4, DJ Swearinger, Monty Nicholson, DeShazer Everett, Troy Apke. I remain worried about this position, but the projection stays the same. Eka and Everett missed more tackles than they made in the preseason, neither living up to their new Nutella and Wonder Bread nicknames. Swearinger and Nicholson both struggle in man coverage, something the team showed a lot of in preseason. I hope this unit proves me wrong. Special Teams 3, LS Nick Sundberg, K Dustin Hopkins, P Tress Way. I don't care about special teams. I do think the team should have brought in competition for Hopkins, but he was 2% above league average last year in kick accuracy and 4.8% above the league average inside of 50 yards, so maybe we all remember misses more than we remember the kicks he put through the uprights. So, to recap, that's 25 offense, 25 defense and 3 specialists. As always, give me a follow, ask me questions on Twitter at Kennedy Painter, and thanks for reading.